Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, a request from a snake devil leads to imperial intrigue. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast. Ghost Mountain, the isolated temple where the unruly dead return to their proper place in hell. Meet the Ghost Wardens, holy warriors dedicated to the service of the underworld kings, battling the undead and laying them to rest. Here, Bolt Fist Jiao, master of music sorcery, Cheerful Fan, who smiles through his sorrow, Ebullient Gong Gou, dog devil and fire sorcerer, Sneaky Chao, silent assassin, and Jung Soo, ox devil blade master, stand ready to return the unruly dead to hell. The Ghost Wardens have arrived in Capital City, but the Emperor has refused to see them. Now they are exploring the city, and Knives is about to have a strange encounter. You are in Capital City. You have arrived there because an army of the undead is marching for Capital City, and you're kind of hoping that maybe the resources of the Empire could be used to combat this army of the undead. When you got there, you were escorted to a house known as the Dog House because it's used for guests, perhaps less than welcome guests, and you met Yes Yang, who was happy to provide whatever services you could and tutor you on courtly behavior and prepare you for your audience with the Emperor. But when you went, the Emperor did not show and said that they sent you away saying that he would see you in 2 weeks. He also pointed out the 10 ministers, I should say, the ministers, the lesser and greater ministers of the West, East, North, South, and Center, and gave you what the local gossip was about each of them. These ministers have great influence with the Emperor, and from what you saw in the Mirror Ever-Present site, at least some of them are not the biggest fans of the Ghost Wardens. So it's possible that your best bet for influencing the Emperor is going to be figuring out how to get some of these ministers on your side. So you have a couple weeks here, and so there are a couple things you can do. You can poke around the city and see what kind of information you can dig up. You can use it as downtime, which means that you can do a variety of different things. You can use it. You can go carousing, which will improve the reaction of the locals to you. That requires a performance roll.
Carousing? Okay.
You can center by meditating, and that will give you conviction. You can do a little espionage, which requires a stealth roll.
Yeah.
You can do some research and pick up a power to temporarily add to your power list for those of you who have powers.
Ooh.
Or you can train a specific skill, which gives you a free reroll on that skill for the duration of your next encounter. Alternatively, you can hit the streets and see what you can find out about these ministers. You could even potentially try going and banging on the door of their houses, although that may, you know enough of court etiquette from Yes that without an invitation, you may not get very far. So what would you like to do?
I think since ultimately our goal is to influence the emperor, and that's going to have to be done through these ministers. If I carouse around the city to learn more about, and kind of get the lay of the land and get some more information about the ministers, and so the goal of the carousing is to find out, what their leverage is, what levers can be pulled on them. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That's what I want.
So if you don't have the performance skill, this is much less likely to be successful.
I do have performance. I'm at a D6.
Yeah, so probably let Cheerful do the carousing.
Exactly.
And pick some other things for everybody else to do. So Bolt Fist, how would you like to spend it? Now you could just network using persuasion and talk to people in the city and see what kind of information you can get rather than spending the money to carouse, because it is going to cost you a good chunk of your funds to go carousing.
I agree with that. I'm just kind of think like, all right, there's that possibility. I'm also thinking like if I research a skill, so I may be better at something, just because I've had some hard goes. So it's like I kind of want that idea. But my persuasion is 4. Okay.
Well, you could actually research persuasion. Yes would be happy to tutor you in the fine art of courtly persuasion, which would give you a reroll on your persuasion rolls.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you're going to be hanging out with yes quite a bit.
All right.
That is a very fine. Well, actually, you don't need to do the research roll. You just do the work.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, Ebullient. What about you? How are you going to spend your time?
I think I'm going to do some meditation and find my joy again, reset my center.
All right. Well, you already have conviction. You can't have more than one, so that's not really going to benefit you.
Can't have more. Yeah. Well, never mind.
But
I was hoping to be really convicted.
And paint beautiful things as you move and do martial arts. That way it becomes the art of war as you practice.
Oh, nice.
So while we're doing that, go ahead and give me your performance roll, Cheerful.
Okay.
See how effective a carouser you are here. Looks like it's pretty darn effective.
Oh, that's delicious.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, so that is going to... You are so popular that you can't pay for a drink in this town.
Man, I love it. I love it.
So once we get everybody else, we'll go over what you learn about the locals. So while you're reconsidering Ebullient, knives. Now you don't have conviction at the moment, so centering would do you some good, but obviously there are other options too.
Well, I'm very enthusiastic and optimistic about my opportunities, so I'm just gonna talk to people.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Ooh. Well, like I said, I'm just going to talk to people. See how that goes.
Something interesting is going to happen, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, Ebullient.
I'm sorry. What were the options again?
Okay, so you could go carousing, but performance skill is really helpful for that.
Yeah, I'm not a good carouser.
You could sneak around and try to get data on what's happening in the city, or network using persuasion to get that information. You could research to learn a new power, which requires academics that may or may not be your best thing. Or you could train so that you can re-roll one of your skills at any time.
I'm going to train healing.
Okay. Done and done.
Good call.
All right. So Cheerful. Here's what you find out about the ministers.
Okay.
So and also you pick up quite a few rumors, just general rumors as well. There's a lot of rumors about you to start.
About me particular, or about the Ghost Wardens?
About the Ghost Wardens.
Okay.
Collectively. All right. Got it.
There's rumors that you were snubbed by the emperors. There's rumors that you were involved in a battle with you and the Imperial Wardens. There's a rumor about Princess Golden Pin arriving with a husband the Emperor didn't choose for her. What you learn about the ministers. First, river lifting Sikong, Greater Minister of the East, is in seclusion. There's flooding in the East, and Sikong is drafting plans to control it. He's very well liked and very well respected. Maybe a little too much, because people are saying he's the one who's going to solve this, not the Emperor. The strange storms and things are also sometimes attributed to you Ghost Wardens.
Okay.
You, of course, hit the Red Blooms district. And there you find that two of the ministers, Loquacious Chen of the south and Blue Ox Walong of the west, are frequent visitors to the ladies of the Red Blooms district. But Blue Ox has been ill for the last week and hasn't been around. Loquacious Chen is hitting the gambling dens, and rumor has it that he has a lot of friends among the gangs and criminal elements there. For the other ministers, Silverclaw Chung of the north has a reputation as a fighter. He lost his arm fighting the Horse Lords, but has a beautiful prosthetic arm. He's also potentially his nickname Silverclaw may refer not so much to his arm as to his greed and penchant for bribery. He was also a loud and frequent critic of General Hong, the undead general who's leading the army headed your way. His deputy, Energetic Tang, is ambitious, charismatic, and considered dangerous. Blue Ox has not been back to his home of Blue Serpent Mountain in a very long time. You guys have. Many people suspect he just doesn't want to go home to his wife, which, considering that she was possessed by a demon and you had to kill her, maybe that's maybe there's something there.
Yeah, not the most conducive to marital harmony.
Useful Tan, his deputy, is named ironically by his parents. He's considered spoiled, lazy, easily bribed, the last to know about anything important, and basically votes however everyone else does. Eminent Dong Fang of the center is from the richest and most ruthless family in the city. He has no friends, only servants, even among his family. Nobody wants to cross this guy. His deputy, Discerning Mu, was a famous judge, well known for sparring with corrupt lawyers, protecting the innocent. He's kind of gone old and soft, but his son is a rising judge and may be targeted by a local crime family. Sirius Han, that's river lifting Sikong's deputy, is fitting for his name. He's frowning, he looks glum, he seems to be melancholy, but a very hard worker. Loquacious Chen, of course, gambler and womanizer, but that kind of makes him a bit of a man of the people. And his deputy, Tranquil Chen, is the only woman among the ministers, which was a bit of a scandal, but there wasn't actually a law against it. And it turns out she's been very effective in the role.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, knives.
Yes.
You people aren't really excited about talking to an ox devil.
Oh, why?
So you pick up a few of these rumors, but not very much.
Mm-hmm.
But one evening when you're returning to the doghouse in this district here,
Okay.
you hear psst, and a figure beckons you from a dark alley.
Me?
Yes, you.
Who
Gesturing
are
for
you as I approach to go with?
So you see, when you make it into the alley, that you are looking at a snake devil.
Huh. Okay.
And she falls to her knees weeping. Please, Ghost Warden, you're my only hope. My name is John from Deviltown. under the Shield Mountains near your own temple. The fewer people that know about us there, the better. Most people don't want devils around. When there's trouble between us and the surface, we go through Minister Warlong to get it sorted out. We even pay taxes to the Emperor through him. It's an arrangement that's kept the peace for hundreds of years. And this year, we sent our contingent with the tax money, just as usual. But then they were all arrested and executed. I'm the only one left, and all our gold is gone. I don't know what went wrong, and Minister Walong won't see me. If the Emperor thinks we didn't pay, he might send his forces to root us out and burn Devil Town or worse. Please, please help me.
That's terrible. Have I heard anything about this?
No.
Do I trust her at all?
You make a notice roll.
I am so good at noticing.
She seems
It's like second nature.
She seems sincere. She's clearly upset.
Well, let's go talk to my friends. So we bring her along.
Okay, so she says, I can't just go through the streets like you. I don't have the protection of being a ghost warden, but I can meet you at your house.
Okay, this is where we're staying.
Okay, so you return to the house, and she does in fact appear right just as you're entering. She appears nearby.
Is any of the rest of the group there?
I'll say that Cheerful's out carousing, but the other two have been training, so they're in the house.
Hey guys, I met whatever her name is.
John.
And she has a very sad story. I think we should help her. Why don't you tell them?
So she
This is my
relates the
team.
story and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, I don't know what to do, but if Minister Walong won't see us, I just don't know what to do."
Who's with Minister Walong?
Minister Walong is the Minister of the West. His deputy, he's the one who's been sick and hasn't been seen for a week or so. His deputy, Useful Tan, is apparently very weak-willed and susceptible to bribery. He is also, you also have a tenuous connection to Useful Tan. He is the brother of Tiger Tan, the inept, bumbling general that you helped out at Dead Lake.
And would word have gotten back to Useful Tan about what a service he provided?
Possibly.
What do you guys think? I think we should help her.
She could be potential power. Yeah, I mean, she seems a good ally.
All right.
Ally?
Yeah, I mean, we
What are
can.
you guys talking about? We're the
We can
good
try
guys.
to approach Useful Tan and give the story and then grease the palm with silver to maybe hasten things along a little bit.
Okay. So you're able to track Useful Tan down in the high market. Ghost Wardens. What brings you to me?
Honorable Tan. I just wanted to make sure that you got word about your brother. And we wanted to check in and see how he's doing and how he's recovering from his experiences.
Yes, I understand he was injured in a fight with the master of the martial arts school there in Dead Lake, but I also understand that you were instrumental in saving him and much of his command in the battle there. So you have my gratitude.
Well, thank you. That's good to know. With that in mind, things are coming to a head here, and it would be useful for us if we could rely on your gratitude to make a little connection here.
What exactly do you have in mind?
So we We want to introduce her to him so that she can kind of make her case directly to him. Is that the best way to go? Do you think?
Who is this individual?
She. So I'm fumbling here a little bit. Help me out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And she is.
She could potentially be a useful ally for us in the troubles that we now face.
Perhaps it would be best for you to speak to well, I suppose you could try to speak to Minister Along yourself. Make a persuasion roll to see if you're talking this guy into it.
I could do that. That feels pretty good to me.
He says, well, I suppose I do owe you a debt of gratitude for the work for my brother. I can take you to Minister Long's palace later, perhaps tomorrow morning, around mid-morning.
That would be good. It's always a joy to have established a new friendship. Long may it be productive for both of us.
All right, so
Isn't he a bad guy?
Bad, good. These are
useful
relative
fan.
terms.
Yeah. So, who all is going to which of you is going to go to the office?
The office.
Yeah.
I've got an 8 in persuasion and a 6 in performance. So I think that I should probably be a part of the team that goes along.
I'm gonna go see.
I'd like to join as well.
I can be persuasive if needed.
Okay, so you're all going to go.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so you arrive in the morning. It's quite a palatial estate, and Useful brings you along. Sure, got proper lighting for you guys. Yep. All right, so let's get Blue Ox there. Useful over here. And then the 4 of you.
There it is. Okay.
So Useful is a little put off by the fact that 2 of you are devils, but your Ghost Warden status more or less makes up for it. And so he brings you in, and one of the servants ushers the 5 of you into Blue Ox Walong's office. He is a large, heavy-set man buried under layers and layers of clean white robes with a thick, gauzy veil over his head. I understand my appearance is somewhat alarming. I took ill some weeks ago. I won't go into the details, except to warn you against visiting the Red Blooms for a while. Apparently, it's contagious, and my physician said I needed to wear this contraption and trap some kind of smoke in it. What brings you to my office today? Now, something to bear in mind. You guys killed this guy's wife. Granted, she was possessed by a demon, but still.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was sore about that.
Does he know that we killed her?
That is an excellent question. It has been several weeks, so it's possible that the news would have reached him.
Okay. All right.
So, hey, I was just wondering if you'd heard from home lately.
Hey, buddy.
We've got our best negotiators on this right now.
That's it.
Top men.
Top men. Wow.
No.
I'm nice, Joe. So nice to meet you.
I have not had word from home.
Oh, good. I'm going to take a look at him. I'm going to look at him closely. Does he seem happy to see us?
Well, I mean, you can't really tell because he's completely shrouded in these robes and this thick veil. So you can't really tell if he's happy to see you or not.
So we don't know what he looks like. Like we wouldn't be able to tell if it's actually him under the, clothes or anything because I'm suspicious.
You wouldn't, but Useful Tan does. So yeah, if you rip the thing off his head and it wasn't him, Useful Tan would know that immediately.
Well, so I'm going to use notice to see if Useful Tan. I mean, because this guy has already spoken a little bit. So if his voice is weird or Useful Tan suspects something, then I should be able to pick up on that.
Yeah. Now, his voice is weird. He's wheezing and coughing a lot. So his voice may not be sounding super normal either. But Useful Tan doesn't seem to have noticed anything. On the other hand, he does seem to be a little bit clueless.
Okay. So I'm gonna try something here, and I say, Honorable Minister Wallong, I'm sorry to hear that you are ill, that you picked up something in your travels, shall we say? Is there anything that we might be able to do for you? I mean, some of us are trained in healing arts.
I thank you for the offer, but my physician says this will take care of it in time.
So, okay, I'm gonna do notice on him because that seems a little bit weird. I mean, we're offering to use sort of magical Ghost Warden healing, and he turns us down.
It does seem a little bit sketchy.
Okay. Huh. All right. Well, I'm going to try to persuade him to accept the healing that we're offering.
Okay.
Wallong, I with all the greatest respect in the world for your physicians, we have healing skills and abilities that go beyond those of normal medicine. I encourage you to, let us, put it at your disposal. You would just have to remove your smoke-filled room there, contraption thing, and let us help you.
Your offer is kind, Ghost Wardens, but I trust my physicians to handle this issue, and it is a matter of some personal embarrassment.
Oh, don't even worry about it. We're happy to help. So I reach over and I try to grab it off his face.
Holy shit.
Because I'm fast.
Okay.
You are fast. Okay. So I'm going to make this a contested athletics roll.
I guess we're doing this. Okay.
I love this plan.
I'll just say that's very
about forethought, guys.
I'll just say that's
forget that is a characteristic
rude.
of
I'm
your
giving you a Benny
leader.
for that, though.
Thank you.
Okay,
we're making another enemy.
I gotta be me.
All right, give me an athletics roll to see if you are fast enough to rip it off his head.
Okay. Can I cast speed on myself or no?
That won't actually affect your athletics roll. You happy with the 5?
Yeah, let's try again. 5 is all right, but
yeah, use the Benny. Okay, 6. That's a little better. Yeah, so you reach out and he kind of flinches back, but not fast enough, and you just sweep the covering off his head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little shocking. Because what you see is not, in fact, a human head.
What?
Oh,
See, you need our help.
well, if it's a coat full of squirrels, I'm going to be mad.
Squirrels.
What do we see?
So it is a wooden facsimile of a head.
Oh, that's unusual.
And it yells, "Curse you, Ghost Wardens!"
Huh.
I would like you all to make occult rolls.
You know, that's weird because usually people have wood going to the red light district.
As we enter into combat, because it immediately tries to attack knives. Okay, Cheerful. You have a hunch what you're dealing with here.
What I think I know what we're dealing with.
This is a hungry tree imposter.
What?
It is Groot.
The hungry tree is an abomination grown from a seed taken from hell.
Wow.
It feeds on blood and it sheds heads, which then attack a target, decapitate it, eat the head, and then force their spinal column down into the body and puppet it.
Whoa.
Okay.
He shouts all this at once? Ugh.
Yeah, well, what he shouts is, "It's a hungry tree imposter," and most of you have enough occult knowledge to have a vague idea of what you're dealing with.
Wait, do I?
Yeah, you've all been trained in the occult.
That's bad, isn't it?
Cheerful. You also know that taking out the head, you can take the head off of the body. The body is dead as soon as the head comes off, but you can take the body, you can take the head off of it.
Will the head still be able to answer questions?
The head will still be alive, but it will not be able to speak once you remove it from the body.
Okay.
On the other hand, it's a demonic creation, so it's probably not going to talk much anyway.
Mm.
And it also implies that there is a hungry tree around here somewhere in the vicinity of the capital.
Okay.
So let's see what happens here. Okay,
Right.
Useful is like, ah, and makes it doesn't. And I'm going to have him. He's not used to this sort of thing. I'm going to have him make a fear check, which he passes, but he still runs in the corner and cowers.
Come on, buddy.
Nice.
Jeez. All right. What are you gonna do?
Okay, Bolt Fist.
Oh, what a dirty, awful mess. I kind of want to go up to the thing and just punch it really hard in the face.
All right, I'm actually going to replace this guy with his hungry tree imposter. You absolutely can punch him really hard in the face.
Okay.
Make sure you target the head looking thing there, though.
Hold on. Let me get my.
If you move up, you'll even get a gang up bonus if you move up next to knives there.
Okay, cool. So, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, yeah.
Unarmed attack.
Oh, unarmed, right? Okay.
Oh no, you can bolt him. You just don't have to get right up in his business to bolt him if you don't want to. That's a ranged attack.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do unarmed.
You're actually going to go up and punch him. Now, are you punching him in the head? Because that's a -4 penalty, but might do more damage that way. Or just go up and punch him.
I'll go up and punch him. See traits, powers, actions, disarm, grapple.
Unarmed should be in your quick reference.
Additional stats.
Quick access. Yeah, there. Unarmed. Yep. Oh, nice hit. That is going to hit with a raise. Go ahead and give me raise damage on that.
So is it that and then that?
No, it is. Click that raise damage button. There you go. All right. So that is a hard hit to the body there. And so he is going to try to soak that.
Looks like a flurry of blows almost.
All right. So he's gonna not want to be wounded right out of the gate here. So he manages to roll a little bit and take the punch in the body without taking damage.
Oh, okay.
Ebullient.
Punching seems fun.
Okay, make sure you're punching the right guy though. So you need to be there so you can reach the target there.
Currently, we're playing with unarmed.
Yep. Even with the gang up bonus, that is not quite good enough to hit, unless you want to Benny it.
Yeah, we'll give it one. Oh, I hit the wrong Benny.
No worries. You can just hit the free reroll button.
Is that this one?
It's the one that looks like a little redo. Well, that's going to hit. That's going to hit with a raise. Go ahead and give me raise damage, please.
Holy moly.
Holy wow.
Golly.
I had no idea you had that in you, Bolt
I
Fist.
gift you with punches.
No, that wasn't bolt. That was
All right. So
Was that the right thing?
So you punch it, you land a body blow on this guy, and the body flies backwards, and the head comes off.
Ew.
Nice.
I think I broke it.
but the head came off. The head came off.
So now there is this guy.
I know it's random, but that's a perfect name.
Foolish.
Foolish hungry tree head. Okay, knives. The situation has somewhat changed.
Huh.
Blue Ox is gone, and there's a head in his place instead. What would you like to do?
Well, I have an axe, and it's a wooden head.
You absolutely can attempt to whale one out with your axe.
It's like playing axe polo.
It is very small.
Or hockey.
You know, I've been practicing.
All right. I suspect you're going to hit the head.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so including the size penalty, I don't know if I put the size in. That's going to be one hit with a raise and one regular hit. So go ahead and give me the raise damage first.
Oh.
Oh, good Lord.
Still juicy.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 wounds on this guy, which he is going to try to soak. Come on, where's my bigger roll? Not with that roll, he's not.
Ah.
And not with that one either. So he takes 2 wounds as you chop him. And then your regular damage is going to give him another wound. All right, but it's his turn now. So he's going to first try to unshake.
Is it
The
my
head?
where is he in the
He had
in the
a
list?
he had a 4, so which
Oh,
he
okay.
handily unshakes.
All right.
So he is no longer shaken. That's his good news. And then he is going to make a natural healing roll. So he heals one of his wounds. You can see the chips regenerating. Oh no, I'm sorry. He does not. That's wrong kind of creature. That's the imposter who can do that. The head cannot. So he is going to whip his branch spinal cord at you and attempt to grapple you, Knives.
Oh, icky, icky, icky.
And he's going to Benny that because it's really his last hope, but to no avail. Okay, Cheerful.
What is this thing doing?
Yeah, something bludgeoning to wreck that entire spinal column.
All right, Cheerful, you're up. This guy's he's pretty messed up.
Okay, I am going to close real close, and I'm going to use my dragon slaying sword to chop him to pieces.
All right, chop away. Make sure you target him.
I did.
Full 6. Low 1 though, but still.
He is very small, and you actually don't hit him.
Oh, whoa!
Because yeah, it's like making a called shot to the head to try to hit this guy.
Wow.
And he's up first, so he's gonna try to grapple again, but this time he's targeting Cheerful.
Rude.
Very.
Wow.
That succeeds. So he has. So go ahead and give me an athletics roll to see if you are able to shake this off.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Not with that roll.
No. Can I Benny that?
Yeah.
All right. Better.
Or that one. So he has completely wrapped you up. And then
a little help.
And then he's gonna bite you.
Dude.
With his horrible wooden teeth.
It's like George Washington.
And he hits you twice. First one, oh, that's painful.
Holy cow.
Wow.
He bites hard. That's 3 wounds.
How small is that head?
Would you like to fight? So he basically wrapped around you with the thing, and he's like right in your face, biting you in the head. So go ahead and I'm assuming you're going to want to soak.
Yeah. Well, what did he say? 3 wounds?
Yeah.
I have 2 bennies, so let me try to soak 2.
Well, one Benny to make the roll and see how you do. You could potentially soak all 3 if you get a really good roll. That's good enough to soak 1.
Okay.
Why do you have a -2? Oh, because you're bound. So no, that's not good enough to soak any.
Dang it. I could try it again.
You can try it again, yeah. So I'll take the wounds off. Go ahead and make a bigger roll for me.
All right.
Oh, there we go. All right. That's going to soak 2 of them. So you take 1 wound and you're shaken.
All right.
Nice.
Useful Tan is terrified. Knives, you're in an excellent position to do something about this head that's eating your friend.
Get this off of me.
Now you've got a couple options there. You could try to rip it off of your friend, or you could just try to kill it, but with some risk of hitting Cheerful. Did we lose you? Or you're muted, Jung Soo.
Sorry about that. Okay. So if I take another weapon, I'm afraid because he's like wound himself around Cheerful.
I mean, you could still hit him in the actual head part.
How good am I with this wavering blade?
Very, very, very good. You're
all right.
one of
Well,
the.
that's
You're
good
one of
because
the.
it's currently wrapped around my neck.
You're one of the best swords in the Empire.
Man, you are one lucky teammate, Cheerful.
Okay.
Oh, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, that's going to hit him twice with raises.
Nice.
Very nice.
So you just whip that blade around and just lop the thing. You sever the thing in half as it rears back to try to bite Cheerful again.
Nice.
So that takes us out of combat. It does. You still have the opportunity, if you wish, Ebullient, to patch up your comrade.
How unpatched are you?
He has one wound.
Yes, please.
You could use healing. It takes about 10 minutes, but you wouldn't have to spend any power points, or you could just cast a power point because nothing else bad seems to be happening.
I have natural healing. Can I do it on myself?
Natural healing takes at least 3 days.
That sucks.
One healing skill coming up. Sit still. This may hurt.
If that doesn't work, which it doesn't, you can also just use your power.
I have treat wounds. Can I try trading his wound?
That uses the healing skill, so you can do it, but you're unskilled. Probably better to just let Ebullient do his healing fire thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm generally very
Is there a
enthusiastic about
spellcasting
trying
roll on
stuff.
this, or am I just doing heal selected?
Now you're doing spellcasting. Yeah, there's a roll. There's a roll in the. Oh yeah, you're all good.
There we
I
go.
heal you with fire and goodness.
I feel good.
Fiery goodness, excellent. Okay,
Thank you.
so.
All right.
Well,
So
Useful
there's
Tan says, "This is horrifying. Please, you must tell me who brought you here. Who told you to come here? Did you know about this?"
I feel like we should pick him up and shake him and find out what he knew.
We explain the contact with the young woman and how she needs some help, and how this would be a one of the ministers to approach. But if this minister is compromised, it makes me wonder about the other minister.
Chanjan, is she one of the devils from Deviltown?
Why, yes, she is.
Oh, I wonder what became of their tax funds. But I will tell you this. If you did not know, the devils have tunnels all through the Empire. That's how they're able to travel here from the Shield Mountains without being seen. Who knows how many of them are? Who knows how many of them are hiding under the capital city itself? Here, let me look here. He opens up a couple of doors. He says, "Look, this must be the gold." There's several chests that are opened up with gold coins in them. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement regarding this gold.
I think that's an excellent idea. You keep 1/5, we'll keep the other 4. My thinking is that we'll use this to bribe the other ministers.
And I'm counting on your support because we wouldn't want to let it get out that your uncle was a hungry head.
He's not my uncle; he's my superior. But perhaps a promotion is in line.
Well, we certainly wouldn't want to let it get out, would we? That you were aligned with a hungry tree head thing.
How was he voting while he was sequestered in the house?
Oh, there has not been a vote since he was ill.
How has he been communicating since he has been sequestered in the house?
He's been sending messages through his servants.
And who's been giving his servants the messages?
I would assume he has. Or whatever that thing was.
I see where you're going with this.
Yep.
So, yeah, why don't we just keep the fact that he was a hungry tree head? Let's just keep that quiet. From now on, at least for the time being.
How about you keep that 1/5 gold and then you get in the 10th thing and keep passing messages for us?
Right. So now we have one quote unquote minister's vote on our side. And then when the truth has to come out, then we'll all reveal what a heroic role you played in its demise.
Make a persuasion roll. Says, I'm amenable to this plan, but the votes are taken in person. So when it comes time to vote on whether to aid you, I'm afraid that this will simply be a blank vote. But I do know that Blue Ox was never a supporter of the Ghost Wardens and likely would have voted against you.
Well, but if word gets around that now he is a supporter of the Ghost Wardens and would have voted with us, even if he doesn't show up on the day of the vote, in the run-up to it, that might persuade some other people. Yes?
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. And so at the end of the day, you would have not only the gold, but you would already have most of the control over his administrative offices, as long as we all work together here, right?
Yes. You're a wise man, Ghost Warden. I agree to this proposal.
Good. I would be so disappointed if you disappointed us.
Excellent.
Right. So you guys take most of the gold and you return. What are you going to tell John? And are you going to ask her about this whole tunnels under the Empire thing?
Well, I think we should ask her about it, but we should not tell her about the tree. But we should tell her that we have sort of learned that there might be a hungry tree around here someplace.
That is terrifying. I've heard of these monsters. But what of the gold?
The gold. I forget, was she expecting to get her gold back, or was this her gold?
Yeah, it was the gold that was supposed to go to the Emperor as taxes from Deviltown.
Right. So if Deviltown doesn't pay the taxes, then the Emperor is going to be pissed.
Yes. Did you ask her about the tunnels?
Yeah, we did. We will.
Okay, she says, yes, it's true. It is a secret of my people, but there are tunnels throughout the Empire which we use to travel.
Okay. So the gold that you guys provided is safe. It is sequestered. We have control over it, and it's good. We're going to use this as leverage to make sure that all the votes go the way that we need them to do to protect the entire city. Your Deviltown will not be in any kind of worry or concern with respect to the Emperor.
But the Emperor will be expecting our taxes, and if they are not paid, he may take a horrible vengeance on us. And with Minister Long gone, there will be none to defend us. Please, get the money to the Emperor, pay our taxes as we wished. And I have heard of your mission. If you do as I ask, I can bring a receipt from the tax collector. I can bring you 2,000 devil warriors to aid in your cause.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Get you access to the tunnels, which might be useful for moving troops.
So we pull everybody aside and discuss this. I think we should do this. That would recruit a lot of people on our side. We'll have to go back in and get a little bit of gold back from Useful Tan, but we could probably work that with him.
You might even be able to persuade the tax collector that this was, in fact, what was expected and they just had a bad year.
That's true, because I don't want to take the bribe away from Useful Tan. That might cause trouble later.
Okay, give me a persuasion roll as you talk to the tax collector.
Okay.
He buys it.
All right.
So you will have a devil army at your disposal when the time is right.
Nice. As far as the tunnels go, do we need to explore those at all right now?
No, she can give you a map. There's no need to explore them.
Nice.
And so a day or so later, a messenger arrives at the house with a note.
Okay.
I would welcome you to Capital City personally, but present circumstances warrant discretion. However, a fleeting opportunity has come to my attention, and I feel it's in our mutual interest to share it. Sirius Han, the Lesser Minister of the East, privately complained that he and his son Champion are being haunted by a ghost. Within days, your rivals, the Imperial Wardens, are to visit his manor and resolve this issue permanently. If you were to investigate first, or find a way to embarrass your substitutes, it could become a point in your favor when we discuss whether to formally adopt the Imperial Wardens. If they are legitimized, your organization would be disbanded at best. The elder Han won't invite you into his home, but the younger man might be approached and convinced. He lunches each day in Scholar Row near the Sword Mountain School. You don't have long to act. I recommend you don't confront the Imperial Wardens directly, at least not yet. Manners and results are the way to win this battle. With admiration, Useful Tan. P.S. It would be best if you were to destroy this message and not mention it in the future. We are all being observed, and every day is a test of loyalty and prudence.
Okay. So that sounds like the next stage of the mission is go to find Sirius Han and talk to him about this ghost.
Yes.
And tell him if you want a ghost busted, you call the Ghostbusters.
It is slightly suspicious, though, in that Useful Tan has already met you, so talking about welcoming you to the city is a little weird. And that is where we are going to leave it for this week.
All right. Woo. All right.
That was a fun ride.
Yeah,
Good.
that's what a
All
night.
right. Have a good one, everybody. Hope to see you all next week.
All right.
Take it easy.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook and Blue Sky as Happy Monster Press, on our website at happymonsterpress.com, on Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/happymonsterpress. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This podcast references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial content permitted under the Media Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music: Ice Cold by Jason Shaw, and Asian Drums by Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.
Oh, for sure.